Lady Bugout ask a question. Glorious Life on Wheels has a thought-provoking video. Debra Dickinson talks about closures she's seeing while she's out there on the road. This and much more. Stick around. What's up, blind viewers? How's everybody doing? All right. First of all, I'd like to say that, okay, I've just been labeled the doom and gloom guy, the pessimistic channel, the doom and gloom channel. Well, here's the thing. I like to think of it as just being a little bit realistic. When it comes to the nomad stuff, hey, there's enough channels out there talking about the great life and how it's all rainbows and sunshine. And yes, there are lots of them that are saying, look, this is the real deal. And I appreciate that. But hey, I'm kind of like here in the middle just to shed a little light. And now I'm not dogging or bashing anybody in lifestyle because, hey, we all have our things. Some people like to live in the cities in tall buildings or in brownstones where it's just rows of homes. Some people like to live in the burbs. Some people like to live out in the country where they can't even see their neighbors. And some people like to live in a vehicle and go wherever they want, wherever the wind blows. And I get it. We're all different. So I'm not bashing these folks. It's just, hey, sometimes you just got to bring people back down to earth a little bit. And it's just the things that I see. And it's always my opinion and the way I see it. You don't have to agree with me, right? Isn't that what we say here? Well, with that out of the way, let's talk about the first little story here. And I'm going to talk about Lady Bugout. That's right, D. She made a little video where she has a question that she would like to ask some folks. So let's just let her do that.
So in this video, I'm asking my nomad friends to answer what is the one question they get asked the most.
There you go. What is the one question that they get asked the most? Pretty cool video. There are people that you will recognize. Some maybe you won't, but we have Gina from Van Life with Gina's in there. Tim, Mo Bang for your bucks. He's in there and some other folks. And it's quite interesting because no, everyone doesn't say, where do you poop? That is not everyone's number one question that they're always asked. It is very interesting, some of the questions that people are asked. And yeah, pretty cool. So go over and check out D, that's right, Lady Bugout, and see what people have to say. And if you stick around to the end, the whole way to the end, D herself will answer the age-old question of what is the question that she gets answered the most? Gets answered the most. The question that she gets asked the most. Oh man, what are you gonna do?
This is Blind Views, and that's the way I see it.
All right. Good old D. All right, moving on. Let's talk about Bunny. What is Bunny doing? Well, Bunny is going ahead and she's just doing a little day in the life of, just a little bit of this and that. They're hanging out. A bunch of them are camping together, a couple of them there. So she just goes ahead and it shows you, some of the daily, some of the routine when you're living, in a little van.
Okay, this is much better. I always try to make my bed in the morning because it just makes me feel better whenever I come back to the back. You can leave your sheets up and stuff like that, and I have done that before.
Who's that there in the background?
I've noticed that whenever I do, my whole day is just chaos. So this really sets you off on the right foot in a small space. Now, I do have my trash, which I'm going to continue filling up, and then a couple of other things that I need to put away, like these.
So there you go. One of the things, and you can understand, when you're living in a small space, what's one thing that you really got to be mindful of? And something that'll get you off on the right foot, get you started to your day. Get up, make your bed, tidy it up a little bit. Now, I know when you live in a house, it's in a different fucking room. Who cares? Get out, throw the covers over, and go about your day. It's somewhere else. No one's going to go in there and see it. But when you're living in a tall space, that small space, just simple little things, easy, quick little tips, just like that, straighten up a little bit. That way it makes your space look clean and it gets you off on the right foot a good start to your day. So there you go. Go over and check out what Bunny is doing. She had a little live stream too. So that was yesterday. I don't know. I watch so much stuff, I lose track. But she had a little live stream. But yeah, go over and check out Bunny from Bunny Plays Here.
This is Blind Views, and that's the way I see it.
Yeah, all right. Now, let's talk about Glow. That's right. Glorious Life on Wheels. Now, I don't talk about her very often, and I don't know why, because I really enjoy her. I find her to be a very intelligent, insightful lady. I respect her. I respect her opinion, her views. She leaves comments sometimes on my videos. She even pops in on Thirsty Thursdays. And even if we have little disagreements, she is very vocal, but very kind and well-spoken. And I just enjoy her. I think she's a really, really cool lady, and I do respect her and her opinions. And she did a little video where it was very thought-provoking for me. And it was about how, she doesn't watch the news very often, but she finds herself, being more aware. And, some things she was talking about going to the movies, and how she was, when in the middle of the movie, someone got up and she was kind of like, boom, kind of like ignored the movie, not ignored, but, her focus was taken off, and she was paying attention to this person. Why are they leaving? Are their hands in their pocket? Are they pulling anything out? Where are the exits? And all that other stuff. And it kind of was unnerving to her. And even she said about some other things. But I do want to say this. Now, I have always been one of those people that are aware of their surroundings, especially after you start losing your sight. But even before that, being aware of your surroundings. And maybe it's because I am a concealed carrier. Maybe it's because of, being a firefighter in the past. But I was one of those people that always paid attention whenever I went in. Where are the exits? And how many people are in? And how, if something does kick off, how can I get out of here? I don't know. That was just something. I don't know. Maybe it's because I grew up in the city and around people, some shady folks. But I was always one of those folks that always tried to be aware of my surroundings and what was going on. And again, where are the exits? How do I get the hell out of here if shit pops off, whether it be a fire or somebody goes ballistic or whatever the reason? So, I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing, but I guess you have to do the balance thing, I guess. And she also mentioned that she wanted to go to some events, and she decided that she wasn't going to. She doesn't want to go to parades, outdoor concerts, or big things like that where there's big groups of people. And it was a very, very thought-provoking video for me. And here's a little bit of what she has to say, because I really do want you to go and watch it. It's a very, very good video.
And I started thinking, wow, how is it that some crazy or evil people I don't even know have had this kind of control over my decisions and how I decide what I need to do now to keep me and my daughter safe. And I'm wondering, are any of you experiencing the same thing? Are any of you changing your plans, changing the way you live your life, changing the places you go to? And if you are, would you put it in the comments? Because I'm curious. I don't think it can't possibly just be me. So I'm curious about that. And the other thing I'm wondering is, if you notice the title of the video, are nomads safer than people living in cities or people in sticks and bricks now? What do you?
So yeah, very, very thought-provoking video. Very good questions. And again, that's just a little snippet. Very cool video. And again, I really enjoy this young lady, and I do respect her and her opinions. And again, I wanted to say that it's like a balancing act, I think. I think that you can be smart without being paranoid. You can be cautious without letting it control your life, I think, and I think it's a time thing. And right now, in the times that we are in right now, and the things that you hear and the things that you see, and with all the stuff that's going on and the craziness, when things are unsettled everywhere, not just here, but around the globe, things are all, Canada, the UK, the Russia-Ukraine thing, and especially here in the States, everything is just so chaotic, so separated, so on edge and turmoil, and the prices of this and food and fuel, and it's so crazy, and people were snapping out, and I'm telling you, it's a time thing. So right now, I think a lot of people are second guessing some of their choices to go, even with the COVID thing. Do I want to go into a big crowd? Because even though there's vaccinations and all this other stuff, people are still getting it. So do you want to go into a big crowd? Just for that reason and the other reasons, because people were getting crazy and doing crazy shit. So I think, or should I say, I hope that times like these do get better and things do calm down, hopefully, and people can get back to feeling a little bit more comfortable going to some of these larger events. But is there anything wrong with being knowledgeable, being aware, and thinking about these things before you just go, I want to go do this and just run and then, but is there anything wrong? Is there anything wrong with walking into a theater or any other big building, any other venue, and just looking around and seeing who's near me and where are the exits? And if something does happen, how do I get out of here? If there's some kind of chaotic thing and there's a stampede all of a sudden, how am I going to get out of here without being hurt or injured or worse? I don't think there's anything wrong with thinking things like that. Now, if you think it a little bit too much and you get paranoid about everything and it takes over your life and it makes you make decisions about, well, I'm just going to hunker down here and not move. And I'm not saying that's what this lovely lady is saying. I'm not saying it, but it is very thought-provoking for me. And then the other thing that she mentioned was, do you think that the nomads are safer than people that live in cities that are sticks and bricks? And I'm going to say yes, for now. And I say that for a reason. I do think that, yeah, if you're in the, even people out in the outskirts, it's reaching. But when you're in the cities, in the big cities, that's where you're more likely to find the chaos. I'm not talking about crime. I'm talking about the chaos. When people were protesting and doing crazy stuff and smashing and grabbing and big, large, huge groups of people just doing dumb shit, that's mainly in big cities and big areas like that. And then when you get into the, the little bit of the outskirts, you have the crime, and then out in the burbs and everything, because the criminals are going further out because they know that everybody that lives in the city in my neighborhood is poor and they don't have shit to steal. So why would I do that? Let me go out here where the people that have some things, and they're moving out and they're moving out and they're moving out. So yeah, if you're living in your car and you're out, on BLM land or somewhere, sure, I think you're safer. If you're out in the middle of nowhere, sure. But if you're in a parking lot at Walmart, I don't think you're any more safe than anybody else is living in a house in city limits, should I say. It depends on where you're at. But I do think, yeah, if you're out there on the fringes, out in the middle of nowhere, sure, I do think you're safer for now. And I say for now because, again, I always mention this about just about everything. The more and more this lifestyle becomes big and popular, and you make movies and videos, and it's like, hey, this is awesome. People are going to not just find a way to make money from you, but they're going to say, hey, there's people, and even ladies, living in vehicles all by themselves out there. There's no one around. They're setting ducks. They're easy prey. And eventually it's going to get that way because people are going to get pushed out and pushed out and pushed out. I mean, you used to think about back in the day, you used to think about, oh, well, this city and that city and this state. Oh, man, and now you hear, what? Places in Missouri and the crack dens and meth labs and crimes all crazy. You're like, wow, that used to be, you only heard about that. Oh, that's Chicago and LA and Baltimore. That's not, some little town in Wisconsin. No, but now, so it's creeping. And people, like I say, you just can't have nice things. The more people are, the more shit you're going to run into. But hey, again, it's just my opinion. But dude, go over and check out Glorious Life on Wheels. I really, really enjoyed this video because it made me think. And, I know. Who wants to think, right? No. But it was very well done. I mean, it wasn't a big production or anything, but it was very, very good. And I appreciate her sharing her views and her thoughts on this, because a lot of people would just, hey, life's awesome and this is the greatest thing since sliced bread and I don't have a care in the world. But she's actually saying, yeah, when I go certain places and do certain things, I'm on edge. I have worries because of the state of things now. And not to beat a dead horse, but I think it's okay to be aware of what's going on and aware of your surroundings. But you just got to find that balance of not being paranoid. All right, let's move on to Debra Dickinson. That's right. She is doing another one of her videos in her series. And this one, she is talking about the closures that she sees.
Today I'm going to talk to you about the differences that I am seeing out here since I started camping full-time in 2015.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling, the amount of closures.
Now, excuse me. She does a very good job at this one. She talks about, the closures and things, but it's not just the things that come to mind right away. It's not like, oh, well, it's because there's too many people and because these RVers, these crazy RVers are everywhere doing everything and they're not doing this and that and they're not picking up their trash. And no, it's not that. There's lots of reasons. I mentioned before, it's budgets. People, there's not enough money to go around. They're not hiring enough people to police and patrol the areas and make sure that rules are being kept and things are being kept up. And another thing, actually, she mentions it too, which I was thinking about, was that the land needs a break sometimes, just like farmers do crop rotation because of things. Well, when there's a whole bunch of people camping in these areas, everything gets kind of flattened down and some of the plant life just gets a little bit disturbed. I don't want to say destroyed, but when there's people coming in and out and the little dirt roads are being used and, people are just doing their thing, which is cool. But sometimes you just gotta let things have a little break. Give it a rest and let it rejuvenate.
Sometimes our public lands get closed because the area needs a break. I suspect that is why this road that I'm sharing with you was closed. Plus, it is pretty far out away from a main road, and as I mentioned, those protecting our public lands don't have the funds or the manpower to stay on top of everything 100% of the time. They have to make decisions on what is best for the land and for those using it.
See, very good, very good. And that's a big thing too. And then, of course, they are selling some of the stuff, believe it or not. Yeah. Some of the stuff's being sold off, and who knows what they're going to do with it. I guess you never know. Maybe AOC will build her abortion clinics on it. It was a joke. She was talking about that in the news. I just thought I'd throw that in. But anyway, yeah. So sometimes they just go, well, we're just going to close this for a little while. It'll reopen. We just need to let things, rejuvenate and, get back to the way it was. And Mother Nature, it doesn't take long. Go ahead and park a car or something out in a field. See how long it takes for bushes and vines and grass and even trees to start growing up through that shit. It doesn't take long. Abandoned buildings. Mother Nature takes over pretty quick. So, yeah, there might not be trees growing, but some of that vegetation and wildlife and stuff can come back and it'll rejuvenate. So that's just one of the reasons. But it's a very good video. Fourth, I believe, in the series that she is doing. I do believe she said she has one more yet that she is going to do. So there'll be 5 to wrap up this series. And I myself, I am enjoying it. I do think it's a pretty cool little series. I am enjoying it so far, following along. So if you want to go check it out, go ahead. And if you like that one, I talked about the previous one. And so if you want to catch up, they're right there. You can go boom, 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 check them out. But yeah, if you want to go find out the closures, she actually goes through some of the places that she has been and that she can't go back to right now because, or for whatever reason, they are closed. And she goes through them and actually shows the places and everything and explains why, or to the best of her knowledge, and if she found out why. But yeah, very well done. Very good, very informative video. And as always, you can go ahead and there will be a link below to this and all the other videos I have already talked about down in the info section. Because that's how we do here. Maximum effort. That's right. All right. Now let's finish it up. Let's wrap it up on a good note here. Let's go talk about Static Campervan. Yeah, he is, where is he at? Living in Mendocino? I don't know how you pronounce it. I probably butchered it, but anyway, very cool video. It's a little bit long one, but very cool, very interesting video. Very, very scenic video. Pretty cool stuff. So go over and check it out and, yeah, see what he's up to. Look at that. Isn't that a nice place to be? Looks pretty cool to me. I know I'd like to be there.
Well, this has been an enjoyable place to hang out for the day. And even though the hike didn't go the way I wanted it to go earlier, this spot certainly turned out well. So I'm glad I came out in this direction today. But of course, I can't stay here too much longer because this parking lot is closed about now, I think. So
about now. Get on out of there.
Some place that I can park for the night. And I did have one little...
Go on now, get. It's closed. Get on out of here. Quit loitering around. But yeah, pretty cool video. Again, a nice long one, but very, very I mean, that's just a little small snippet. Nice little hiking thing. He's at some bluff, and yeah, there's other ocean views and really cool stuff. And of course, he's in the van and spreading his words of wisdom and what he's thinking about and talking about and how he's feeling about things. And yeah, pretty cool stuff. I always enjoy his channel. Very, very cool. And hey, that smooth, calm, relaxing voice. Yeah, I know it's a far cry from this blabbering big mouth who apparently only talks about gloom and doom. But hey, you can't please everybody, can you? No, you sure as hell can't. And hey, wherever you are, whether you live in a house, whether you live off grid in some little shack, or whether you live in a vehicle and you're driving around, there's nothing wrong with being very aware of your surroundings and check out where those exits are or any kind of escape route. And it doesn't have to be people. It could be all of a sudden the weather could change and you could be shit out of luck and you need to giddy up and go. You need to skedaddle. So there's nothing wrong with being aware of your surroundings and how you can get on out of Dodge if you have to with a quickness. And you can do all that and still live your life and be happy without being paranoid. And you don't have to agree with me. That's never the point here. The point is...
I'm Blind Views, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.